if you will just guess each time, can you come up with like the best way to guess? Okay, so let me help you out with that. So let's say, for example, there are three numbers, 40, 10, and 20. Your answer cannot be more than the smallest number. Let me say that again. Your answer cannot be bigger than the smallest number. So can you tell me which is the smallest among the three? What number? 10. Perfect. So if you start with 10, right? Can 10 divide 40? Yes. Can 10 divide 20? Yes. And definitely 10 can divide itself. So if that smallest number can divide the other two, then you found the answer already. So yeah, you can do a factor tree, but that will take you so long, right? So you have to find a convenient shortcut so you can do it in your head. Excuse me. And these are the list of the possible factors, and they're showing you which ones are the common. And of course, the biggest among them is 10, right? Okay, so let's try again. So which one is the smallest number? Which one is the smallest number? 16. So we're going to start counting from that. Can 16 divide 48? Yes or no? Yes or no? You sure? You sure? Isn't like 16? Yes, because 16 times 3 is 48, right? Oh, why am I not able to write? This is killing me. Okay, anyway. So, 16 times 3 is 48. Now, can you divide 24 by 16? Yes or no? Can 24 be? No. Good. Okay. So, if you find one no, it ruins it for all. So now what do you do from 16? You're going to count backwards. So at least you're not going to be guessing from so many numbers. You're only going to be guessing from 16 backwards. So 16, 15, 14, 13, 11, no. 10, no. Keep counting. 9, no. 8. Can you do 8? That's a good question. Can you do 8? 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 6 is 48. So don't you think that's the answer? Yeah, let's try. There you go. So you don't have to make a factor tree. You can still guess, but at least you're lowering down, the range from which you guys will do trial and error, right? Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Ooh, 24 and 48. You start with a smaller number. So the smaller number is 24. Okay, can 24 divide 48? Yes or no? Can 24? Yes. So then that means that's your GCF already, right? Okay, so how are we doing so far? Are we getting this? Wait, what was the answer for the last question? I have to go back, honey. I forgot. This one? This was 8, I think. Yes. Thank you. So how are we getting it? Let me ask first. How are we doing in this one? Do you understand it? Or should we look at another method? Should we do factor trees? Or is the shortcut working for you? It's pretty easy. I'm happy to hear that. It's easy, not as complicated. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's keep trying. So 46. Oh, you finished all of them? Sorry, honey. I think you found me too slow today, huh? So what is the greatest common factor of 46 and 16? So find the smallest number. 16, right? Start from there. Does 16 divide 46? I don't think so. We just found out earlier 16 times 3 is 48. So keep counting backwards. 15, 14. Oh, Sean said 2. Okay, let's try 2. All right. There you go. Good job, Sean. And some more clues is that if the numbers are both even, as you can see in this one, 46 and 16, yeah. So even numbers can be divided by 2 exactly, right? Okay. Oh, how about this one? I know this is kind of tough because the biggest number, 30, is already large, right? Okay. So at least you can just limit yourself to multiples of that, right? Especially because you have a 42 right here. Okay, so 30, what could go? Louise said 6. Oh, because 7 times 6 is 42. But can 6 divide 50, Louise? What do you think? What do you think? No, so we have to keep going. Yeah. Uh-huh. Keep trying. Keep guessing. So at least you know your answer is somewhere between 1, okay, to 30. So what do you think is the greatest common factor? What was the last one? Um, the last one was 2. 2. Yep. Okay, so now we're stuck with this one. Anyone? So we know the answer is between 1 to 30. What is it? 2. Aiden said 2. All right, let's try 2. Yay! I know, huh? That's kind of, that's a bummer. Like you start all the way from 30. Uh-huh. If there was no 42, then I think 10 would be the greatest common factor, right? Yeah. Okay, let's try another one. Here we go. Oh, 36, 34, 22. So the smallest is 22. I want I was going to say 2, but I didn't want to get the wrong answer. Come on. All right. I told you, whatever, whether you get it wrong or not, that's not important. What's important is you're trying. Okay. All right. So 22. We're going to count backwards from 22. 21, 20, 19, 18. Nope. 17, 16. Nope. What was the last one? There you go. Okay. 2, according to Louise. Louise, is the answer 2 here? Oh no, what did I do? Ooh, I tried to admit somebody and then I pressed stop sharing. My bad. This one is also 2 according to Aiden. Wow, Aiden. All right, all right. Louise also said 2. Okay, nice one. All right, okay, keep going. Oh, what's the greatest common factor of 36, 24, and 6? Good morning, everybody. I'm happy you guys could join us today. Hello, we're just reviewing a little bit and then we're gonna play Kahoot after. So um we are actually reviewing how to find the greatest common factor. Hello everyone, and as we guys were saying, it's okay to guess, but you have to guess, you know, um guess smart. And how do you do that? You start from the smallest number. In this case, 36, 24, 6. The smallest number is 6. Okay, 6 can divide 36 because 6 times 6 is 36. And 6 times 4 is 24, so it can also divide 24. And 6 can also divide itself. So that means the greatest common factor is 6. All right? So it's okay to guess. We don't have to make a factor tree like this while if you remember doing this from middle school. But if you're guessing, at least limit the numbers that you're guessing from. And we said that we only guess from the numbers that are smaller than or equal to the smallest number in the given problem. Okay, I hope I was able to kind of explain what you guys are doing for some of us who joined us late. All right, next, what is the greatest common factor of 24 and 9? So for those who are just joining us right now, you start with a smaller number. Can 9 divide 24? If yes, that will be the GCF already. If not, Then you're gonna count backwards from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, Sean and Aiden said 3. Let's try 3. And Juliet also said 3. Nice. All right. How many more? Let's keep going. Ooh, what is the greatest common factor of 42 and 14? Okay, so start from the lower number. Aiden said 14. And then can 14 divide 42? Aiden, can 14 divide 42? Yes. Into what? So 42 divided by 14, 3. Perfect. So then that means if the smaller number can divide the other, that's the GCF already. All right. Is there more? Oh, that was the last one. Okay, so now let's play Kahoot and finding the GCF, yeah? You guys ready? Have you played Kahoot before? Because you'll probably need to teach me also how to like. Okay, I'm gonna try. All right, done. Okay, you ready to play? What? Okay, here we go. All right, so you can do this on your computer or on your phone. Do you know how to? You go to kahoot.it. Okay, am I sharing the sound? Or no? Okay, I have to. All right. Oh no, there's no code. Okay, ready? I know. How about now? Am I echoing? Oh yeah, I am. It's up to you, Eva. It's it's just practice. Okay, I don't know how to remove the echo because I'm on two computers right now. Can we just let go of it? Okay, game. Start now. Okay, in 5. Okay, sure. Let's start. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Skip now. Done. Morning. Go open the door. All right. Oh, we're playing. It's very good for you. Okay, next. Quick countdown. Who are you? Next. Ooh. Hey, keep winning. Wow, we have new names each time. Good now. After this is period 6, right? No lunch break or advisory. Yeah, there's no lunch today. Like, uh-huh. All right. And who's winning? Still, Nimble Duck. Who are you? Okay, here we go. Hi, baby. It's a shark. Go get your Chromebook and I'll help you get started. Come on. Come on. Come on, you're super late. All right, Skip. Here we go. Look, they're gonna race to the first spot. Yeah. Whoa, same Nimble Duck. Okay, what's the GCF? Next, next, next. Can you get your sister's Chromebook, please, and get her started? All right. New name? Oh no, still same person winning. Who's Nimble Duck? Huh? Tell me in the chat. Message me. I want to know.
I like spiders. What? Now come you always run from them. That's a strange. I think that's a tarantula. Oh.
Okay, can you help your sister because she's very late? Okay. All right, Skip. Here we go. Still Nimble Duck. Let me see. Oh, yeah, still same. Okay, next.
Skip.
I know. What's that? What animal is that?
The bug.
It's a grasshopper, I think.
Yes, it's a bug grasshopper.
Okay, come on, you're gonna be late. You're gonna be marked absent. Go. See you later. I know. Isn't it embarrassing when I call your parents that you're not coming in? Look at my kid. She's late. Huh? Yes. Okay, Skip. Here we go. All right, and oh no, still winning. No, second to the last one. Second to the last one. Okay, next one. Here we go. And the winner. Oh no, there's one more. Let's go, Flying Unicorn. All right, beat Nimble Duck. Okay, here we go. Last one. Nimble Duck. Come on, go back to your zone. Oh my god, bacon. Jeez, I'm hungry now. Okay, and the winner of Kahoot today is Flying Unicorn for third place. Who is Flying Unicorn? Creative Badger. And number one goes to Nimble Dog. Who are you? I want to know. All right, Sean. Let's go. Awesome. Who's Flying Unicorn? Who's Flying Unicorn? Aiden. All right. It's Creative Badger and oh my god, Henry. Okay, that's cool, you guys. We should do that again next time. That was fun. Yeah? Okay, so now, who wants some extra credit? Ready for some extra credit? I have a lot today. It's gonna run for the whole week. You came in fourth. Nice one, Henry. Is it hard? It's it's not that hard. It's actually also, related to greatest common factors, and it's one of the topics that I really, really want you guys to master. So I'm giving you like a lot of practice, and at the same time, use it for extra credit. So it's a win-win situation for me. You get extra credit, you get to practice on what I want you to master. Okay. So you ready? All right. If you go to your OneNote, um, let me see. I hope I have distributed this one already. Maybe not. My bad. Okay. So distribute page. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna put in your week number 6. Okay, because I wasn't able to make Mr. Saga. Do I remember? Of course. What about Noah? How is he? Oh, really? Oh, say hi to him for me. Oh, wow. Good for him. Good for him. Yep. We had so much conversations about, what he wanted to do after high school. At some point in time, he was feeling like down and low, like Miss, I'm never gonna make it. Miss, I'm not very good at this. But yeah, he's seen that and I had you, and he said you were. Oh my gosh. Okay, tell him I'm happy for him. Yeah, that's great. All right. Okay, so here's our extra credit, and it has a lot, you guys. So if you're missing a lot of OneNote, if you have a lot of missing OneNote and stuff like that, look at this. Look at this. That's 50 points. Take it or leave it. I don't give a lot of extra credit, but here we go. I wish I could write. Oh my god. This is killing me that I cannot write. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Now does it right? Okay, here we go. Alright. So how do you do your extra credit? You're going to find GCF, but this time it's a little different. So I'm going to explain to you how you're going to do it first. You are going to find the GCF of expressions. So how do you do that? So if earlier you were looking for the smallest number, right? And you're trying to determine whether it can divide the others. For variables, okay, so for variables, I'm sorry, this is like, okay, a different kind of pen that I'm using. So for variables, you have to look um for the lowest exponent as well. So look for the lowest common exponent. That's common. Oh, jeez. How do I erase that? Okay. 10. So how do I write? Okay. So lowest exponent. Exponent. Pardon my handwriting today. It's like different. Okay, so you have to look for the lowest common exponent. So what does that mean? Let's say, for example, here. Which one is lower, x2 or x6? x2 or x6? x2. So that's your greatest common factor already. Yep, easy, huh? Okay, can you make it negative because this one is negative? I would say use a positive because you're still finding the greatest common. So you find the lower one. Yeah, just like what we did with the numbers. You start from the lower number, right? And count backwards. So same thing here. Whatever they have in common definitely is the lower one because 6 has enough to give away 2, right? Yeah, it can't, like this x2 cannot give away, let's say, x to the third or x to the fourth because it doesn't have enough of it. So you can't share what you don't have. So the lowest that they both can share is 2, right? Let's try again. What about if you have a number and a variable? So now you're going to do the same thing like we did earlier in the Kahoot. What's the GCF first of 2 and 12? So look at the numbers first. What's a GCF of 2 and 12? Can you tell me in the chat pod? It's 2. Very good. So that's for the number. Now look at the variables. What's the lower power that they guys share? 1. So then you're going to put 2x1 or 2x. Easy? Is that easy? What do you guys think of that? Okay, what about if there's 3 of them? Oh, look at number 9. Let's look at number 9. So for number 9, what will you guys put there? This is 1. So 14, 1, and 7. So what else do they have in common? I'm looking at number 9 this time. 14, 1, 7. So what else could they share in common if this is 1? Do we even have to think about that? It's just going to be, oh, variable, that's a good idea, Henry, but does the 1 have a variable? Brandon, that's perfect. That's the correct answer, Brandon. It's just 1. They can't share anything but 1. Yep. Henry, let me go back to your idea. Since 1 does not have a variable, then it can't have a GCF that it does not have, right? So they cannot share something that one of them doesn't have. Okay, what about here? If it has 2 variables. Let's look at the numbers. 28, 14, and 42. So look at the numbers first. What is the GCF of the numbers? What is the GCF of the numbers? 28, 14, 42. We can do this on paper and turn it into you on Remind, right? Yes. Yeah, so you can also type your answers here if you want to, but the exponent will make it harder. So paper would be the best way to do it. Uh-huh. So what was I saying? What's the GCF of 28, 14, and 42? Look at the numbers first. 28, 14, 42. So what's their GCF? Think, think, think. Start from the smallest number. Remember 14? Can 14 divide 28? I think it does. It's 14 times 2, right? Can 14 divide, yeah, can 14 divide 42? Can 14 divide 42? You sure about that? I thought we saw an example earlier on delta math. Isn't 14 times 3 equals 42? Right? So, yeah, so the GCF for the numbers is 14. Now look at the variable. There are two variables, so let's look at A first. What's the lowest power of A? What's the lowest power of A? What's the lowest power of A? Come on, you don't have to think hard. Just look at them. Don't overthink it, you guys. Don't stress yourself out. You're just going to look for the answer in the given problem. So tell me, what's the lowest power of A? What's the lowest exponent of A? Anybody? What's the lowest exponent of A? 2. So that should be it. What about B? Do all of them have B? Do all of them have B? Do all of them have B? Yes or no? No. So then that means don't put B in the GCF. Just leave it as it is. Okay, so now let me show you some examples if it's like, oh, man, I have to. Okay, so what if I have to clear this ink, you guys? Annotate, clear. How do I clear? Clear all my drawings. Okay, so now let's try what if it looks like number 13. What if it looks like number 13? How will you do that? So let's look at the number 2 and 3. Is there anything that can divide 2 and 3? Is there anything that can divide 2 and 3? No, right? So it's just going to be 1, so it doesn't matter. You can write 1 if you want to. Okay, now let's look at these ones. Do both of them share x plus 3? Because that's a binomial now, right? It's not like individual variables earlier. Do both of them have x plus 3? So if both of them have x plus 3, then the GCF is x plus 3. Okay? And the last but not the least, this is the last one I'm going to show you, and then you have to do all of these 1 through 16, okay? All right, number 15. This one has x, but the other doesn't. So what binomial do they share in common? What binomial do they share in common? Imagine this is also same as when you put parentheses around it. So what binomial do they have in common? 7x. What else? Because 7x comes with something. So when they share 7x and 7x is connected to another number, they have to share that too. 7x, 1? No. Like what comes with 7x in the binomial? The one in the parentheses. What do they have in common? Plus 5. Very good. Yeah, so if they share a binomial and x is common, 3 has to be a GCF also. If 7x is a GCF, plus 5 is also a GCF. So they're a group. You can't separate them. Yep. Okay, so let me clear that. Now I'm going to give you like a heads up of what the next extra credit would be. So let's try this. Class ends at 11:05, right? So, okay. So for these ones, okay, you will do the same thing except that, okay, where's the annotate? Okay. So let me copy 3x plus 3 over here so I will have more space. So you will find the GCF again, right? So what's the GCF of 3x and 3? What can divide the numbers? 1. What about the numbers? This has a 3, this has a 3. So what can divide the first that can also divide the second? 3. Okay, there you go. So when you divide this, what's the answer? What's 3x divided by 3? 1. Very good. So you're going to bring down x or 1x, right? Now what's 3 divided by 3? What's 3 divided by 3? That's also 1. So plus 1. So that means when you write down the answer, it says factor out the GCF. So that means you're going to put the GCF, which is what you divided them by, so 3. And then you're going to put the remainder after inside the parentheses. So 3 parentheses x plus 1. Why? Because if you distribute like that, so 3 times x is 3x, and then 3 times 1 is also 3, right? So in other words, they gave you the product or the answer. You're trying to find the two things that were multiplied. Yeah? So same thing is true if you go back up to what we were doing earlier. You're trying to figure out what can divide both of the expressions, right? Okay, let's try again. Let's try number, I'm going to try number 25, yeah? So for number 25, where do I write? Okay, here. 24y squared minus 18. Okay, so tell me, what can divide both of them? It has to be a common number. It has to be the greatest common factor. So what number can divide 24 that can also divide 18? Think about it. Remember, it can't be bigger than 18. So what number can 6? All right. So divide by 6. Yeah? Okay, so now what's the answer when you divide by 6? 24 divided by 6 is 4. This does not have a partner under, so you have to divide it. You have to bring it down. And then minus 18 divided by 6 is 3. So you found the answer already. Your answer to number 25 must be the number that you divided them by, or the GCF, and then the quotient when you divided them. All right. So that's your GCF. That goes in front. And then the answer when you divided both of them by the GCF, you put that in parentheses. Okay, how do you know that that's correct? I'm sorry, if you guys are DMing me, give me 1 second. I have to open the other chat in the other device. So if you want to check your answer, you just multiply backwards. Like 6 times 4y squared will be 24y squared. And then 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. The same is true here, right? You distribute to double check your answer. All right. Okay, let's try something else. So how about number 36? So what can divide 36 and 24? Let me open the other chat. Oh yes, honey. Make sure you sign in the attendance. Yeah, we're gonna end at 11:05. Let me just finish this and then I'll make sure I get your attendance if you weren't able to sign in. So for this one, what can divide 36 and 24? Can you guys think about that? What can divide 36 and 24? Anybody? Anybody? Can 12 work? Can 12 work over here? 8? Isn't 8 small? Isn't 12 times 3 36 and 12 times 2 is 24? What do you guys think? Okay, so that's for the numbers, right? 12. Now what about the variable? Look at the variable. T4 and T2. So what's the smaller power? The smaller power is T2. Okay, there you go. T2, T2. So the GCF is 12T2. Now let's try to figure out what's the answer when you divide. 36 divided by 12 is a 3. T4 over T2 is T2. You remember rules of exponent, right? If there's 4 t's on top and 2 t's at the bottom, you're going to cancel them out. You're going to have 2 left. Yeah? Plus 24 divided by 12 is 2. And then t squared divided by t squared is no more, just 1. So 2 times 1. So that's going to be the final answer. Okay, so we're going to discuss more about this next meeting. Alright, but if you want to get started on your extra credit, that's going to be your extra credit. I'm going to make sure you guys are marked present if you didn't do that. Let me clear all of this before you guys go. So when is the extra credit due? Well, because it is extra credit, I cannot wait for it forever because I also need it. Hi Giovanni, how are you, honey? You know what I mean, right?